Hey folks, good afternoon, welcome to the live stream. I'll be on voice in just a second. I'm just quickly sharing the live stream, folks, just bear with me 2 minutes. Hope everyone's having a lovely Thursday. I'm just quickly sharing the live stream on Facebook, folks. So just give me 1 minute, please. Okie dokie everyone, good afternoon from Newcastle International Airport. It's Thursday the 4th of August 2022 and we're back live again. As you can see, we've got plenty of movements parked up, a couple of TUIs, some Jet2s and a few more coming in as well, so we should have plenty of action for this afternoon. I hope you're all keeping well. And as you can see over there, we've got TUI 737 MAX, which is parked up. Tango Uniform Mike Juliet. We've got Jet2 737-800s all there as well. We've got one which is on final approach to land on runway 25. If you're watching the movements here, please check out Flight Radar 24 and you'll get a much better idea of what's coming and going on Flight Radar. That 737 is Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel something, I'm not sure exactly what. Then we've got another TUI 737 just parked behind there, and then over to the left hand side we've got some more Jet2s, another Jet2 parked up here, another Jet2 parked up there, and then another one behind. So yeah, there's lots of planes ready to depart, and they'll all be going out very shortly. Quick hello to everyone in the live chat. Neil Russell Hubbard, good afternoon to you, mate. I hope you're keeping well. Great to have you on board with us. Spitfire RF100, Kai Dalton, Janet Lowe, good afternoon. Great to have you with us. And to everyone who's just tuned in, very good afternoon from the northeast. So here is our first arrival of the day, and it's a Jet2 737-800 Golf, which one is it? Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Uniform from Ibiza, and here it is, just landed on runway 25. Nicely done. Now a lot of you will know we're live a little bit earlier than I initially scheduled. But I arrived here a bit earlier, so I thought we might as well just go live straight away and get some of the movements. I've got a whole load of departures going out shortly as well, folks, so that's going to keep us entertained. I don't know what it's like for everyone else, but up here in the northeast this afternoon it's lovely, bright, sunny, about 22 degrees, and first thing this morning we had a few rain showers, but they've all cleared up now and it's actually a really beautiful day. So we've got, like I say, we've got quite a few movements coming and going very soon. In the next hour we've got nearly just shy of about 5 to 10 departures in the next hour. Some of them are delayed, some of them are running on schedule, but either way there's plenty of activity. Also, the main highlight, as you'll see from the thumbnail, the main highlight we're here to see is the Alba Star 737-800, which is operating for TUI, I believe, and that's coming in from, I think, Palma De Mallorca. So the airline used to fly 737-400s to Newcastle on charter flights, but yeah, now they're back up and running again, still operating charter flights. That's the Jet2 just taxiing there. And Debbie Ford, hello again from Canterbury. Good afternoon, great to have you with us. And unfortunately, we don't have a 777 to see today. You know, usually we've got a 777, an Emirates one to see in the evening, but unfortunately today we don't have it. And the good news is the airline has just announced, Emirates that is, have just announced in this past week that they're going to resume the original flight schedule that they had pre the pandemic. So the 11 o'clock arrival time will be coming back and the 1 o'clock departure time. So that means when we're doing a live stream, we're going to get even more traffic on certain days. The reason why is because on certain days you've got the TUI Dreamliner to Mexico or the United States, or you also have which flight? The 737-800. So on particular days we're going to get quite a bit of traffic, so it'll be nice to do a live stream for the Emirates in the afternoon, so looking forward to that one. Zane, hello, welcome to the live stream. Scott, hello, welcome to the live stream, great to have you with us. Zane, Jonathan, what's your favourite, 787 or 777? I think that's a fairly easy one, to be honest. I would say the 777. It's not that I dislike the 787, it's just the 777 is more majestic, it's bigger, it's better. I don't know why, but the 777's it's a bit of a funny one, because even if you were to say to, if you were to ask me, oh, would you prefer the 787 or the A350, it would still be the A350. If you asked me would I prefer the 787 over the 767? Again, I would choose the 767. So I don't know. The 787's a bit of a funny one because it's sort of in a category of its own. Yeah. If you're asked, I don't know, it's a funny one. It's a funny one, the 787, but yeah, I would definitely choose the 777 over the 787 any day of the week. But yeah. And Jack Horner, good afternoon, you mate. Great to have you with us. Birmingham Airport base spotter. Love watching the live streams from Newcastle, seeing the movements. Thanks very much, mate. That's really kind of you. I actually need to get myself back down to Birmingham one day. It's been about a couple of years since I was last down there, and yeah, I think we'll have to do a live stream from there as well, because Birmingham is a brilliant airport. For those of you who haven't been, it's probably a bit like Newcastle. You get some great runway views, but also the traffic down at Birmingham, you get some really good movements. I used to go there when Monarch Airlines was still flying and Thomas Cook, and even then it was still a great airport for plane spotting. But just having a quick look on the runway, the Ranger is out over there dealing with some bird activity by the looks of it. There's quite a few birds here and there at the moment, so it looks like that's what they're dealing with at the moment. I'm just having a look on flight radar to see when our next arrival is going to be. Let's have a look. There's what plane is that? That is a RAF C-17. There's an RAF C-17 at RAF Leeming at the moment doing some circuits, which is quite nice. And apart from that, just seeing when the next inbound is, we've got a TUI 737-800 from Kefalonia, which is due in 30 minutes. We've also got a Ryanair from Gran Canaria, due in 50 minutes. We've got another Ryanair from Gdansk, Echo India Echo Foxtrot Kilo. That's due in about 30 minutes as well. And then the main movement that we've come for, which is the Alba Star, is 737-800 Echo Charlie November Lima Kilo, and that's approximately 1 hour and 39 minutes out. So we've got those movements still to come. And also in the next hour, it hasn't departed yet, but it should be coming, is a KLM 737-800 Papa Hotel Bravo X-Ray November, Loganair Embraer, and the last movement we're going to see later on is going to be an Eastern Airways Jetstream 41 from Aberdeen. So if you're looking at the arrival and departure board, you'll notice there's a big gap. There's about a 3-hour gap from the Aberdeen flight all the way through until this evening, and that's because all of these aircraft on the ground will be departing in the next hour or two, and then they won't be coming back until later on in the evening. So yeah, we'll just pan back over now to the apron. 777X landing in Newcastle. Imagine it. Yeah, that would be something to see. Although I'm not sure we're going to be seeing one here anytime soon, because the 777X program has been plagued with various difficulties, and it still looks as though it's going to be at least probably another 4 years until it's certified. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Be interesting to see what happens. So as you can see, we've got 2 TUIs, 3 Jet2s in that shot there. So we've got quite a few movements, and all of these will be taken off in the next hour. So yeah, A350. To be honest, we still haven't had an Airbus A350 here at Newcastle Airport yet. It's one of the few types that hasn't been here. We've obviously had the 787 Dreamliner. I believe we've had the Dash 8 model, the 800, the 900. I don't think we haven't had the 1000 model yet, but we haven't had an Airbus A350 in yet, either the A350 900 or the A350 1000. So still plenty of time to see one here. I mean, who knows, Qatar Airways might start operating here one day. Who knows? Are they shooting blanks? Very possibly, or yeah, I wouldn't like to say. It's not my area of expertise when it comes to the Rangers and dealing with the airports. I'm just seeing that Jet2 there, and it looks like Jet2 has just begun boarding there. Yeah, it looks like they've just started boarding that Jet2 there. And to give you an idea of which aircraft are waiting on departing, Charlie Delap, thank you very much, mate, for becoming a silver member. Just what you needed to spice up a boring Thursday afternoon. Oh, thank you very much, mate. That's really, really kind of you, and thank you so much for your support. And I extend that thanks as well to each and every one of our channel members, and every single one of you who's subscribed to the channel. Thank you all so much. It's you know, I keep saying it time after time, but it's absolutely amazing. You know, the channel last month, it was absolutely crazy. We started off July with about 13,000. I think it was about 13,500 subscribers. That was at the start of July. And by the end of July, just last week, the channel had grown to 14,600 just in one month. So I cannot thank everyone enough for all of your support. It really is amazing. and we're gonna try and keep the live streams going and do more of them. Well, thank you so much again, Charlie. It's great to have you with us. Samuel, wonder if Jet2 will base any of their new A321s at Newcastle. I imagine so, to be honest. You have to remember a few years ago. We've got, sorry to interrupt, we've got the TUI 737 MAX, which is just pushing back there. Tango Uniform Mike Juliet, so got some more activity happening. But yeah, you've got to remember a few years ago that Jet2 had an almost exclusive 757 base here in the northeast. 757-200s along with a few 737-300s, and the main reason was because the Canary routes always did particularly well, and I wouldn't be surprised at all, to be honest, if they do base some of their A321s here at Newcastle. It would make sense for the company. It'll also be interesting to see if they do use them on any of the routes to like New York over the Christmas period, and you know, it also opens up other routes to them, to the likes of Egypt and places as well. So you know, there's lots and lots of potential. Chris Kennedy, I don't know how I missed you there, mate. Buenos dias. How are you doing, mate? Sorry, the screen on my phone is tinted and it's hard to see in the sun. But I hope you're doing well, mate. Great to have you on board. Let's see, TUI just starting the engines. I don't know how good the audio is on this and if you can hear it, but you can. I don't know if you can hear that engine booting up in the background, but you can hear it clearly from here. It's a really nice sound. So like I say, folks, we've still got lots and lots of aircraft still to depart. We've got Jet2 parked up there. I think the crew's just getting on board there now. Yeah. So the crew's just getting on board that Jet2 737-800 there. Passengers will soon be following. Then we've got the other Jet2 737-800 there, where it looks like passengers are still getting on board on stand number 4. So we've got lots of movement still to go. And then obviously all these, we've got the 2 Jet2s parked at the far distance there. We've got passengers boarding through the front over onto Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel uniform. So there's lots and lots of activity at the moment, and soon we'll have some more arrivals coming in as well. Blue Bitten, hello, welcome to the live stream. Great to have you with us. I can see we've got about 64 of you tuned in at the moment, so very good afternoon to each and every one of you. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday afternoon. It's like I say, it's warm and sunny here in the northeast, and it's about 22 degrees. Couldn't really ask for more, to be honest. And John Nicholson, great view, mate. All the best from Sunderland, South Shields. Great to have you on board, John. And I hope you're having a lovely day, mate. Thanks for tuning in from the other side of the river. Great to have you with us. Yeah, to be honest, we've got a little bit of a breeze at the moment, but it's actually taking the edge off that temperature. It's quite nice. Right, the TUI 737 MAX is just taxiing now. Here comes the TUI 737 MAX. Now at the moment the wind is sort of westerly with a slight crosswind. Nothing too bad, but it's runway 25 operations for this afternoon. Blue Bitten, do I want to get P3D? Not particularly, no. I'm sort of waiting, first of all, to be honest, I'm kind of waiting on getting a house at the moment, and secondly, saving up also for a new PC, so hopefully we'll get them done in the next year. But ideally I'd like to be going across to FS 2020, but that's the long-term goal anyway. But just got to be patient and wait. Miss the A321s at Newcastle ever since Thomas Cook went under. Yep, same here, Charlie. The A321s are always brilliant to see, and to be honest, even the EasyJet A320 and A319s that we had, they were always brilliant to see. They were always really good. But we're pretty much an all Boeing base now, really, with Ryanair and their 737-800s, TUI with their 737s. You're going to hear the metro train just go past in a minute. And you will probably hear that several times throughout the live stream, but don't be worried about it, folks. It's just the metro train running from Newcastle Airport down into Newcastle city itself, and goes right across to the coast as well, and just makes getting to and from the airport very easy. That is when it's working, that is. Also, just to keep you updated, over at the terminal, whilst we're focused on this TUI 737 MAX, which is taxiing at the moment, there's another TUI which has just pushed back, and that's going to be taxiing in a second. I think it's another 737 MAX. So we've got another TUI just pushing back there. But yeah, as I was saying about bases, we've got Jet2, which is an all 737-800 operation, Ryanair 737-800s, TUI 737-800s and Maxes, Loganair, Embraer 145, and really I suppose British Airways is the only Airbus based operator, you could say, seeing as they leave the aircraft here overnight. So yeah, it's a bit of a funny change over the years, how we've gone from having quite a mix of aircraft. I think my favourite year was probably 2015, or maybe even 2013, because around then we had a good mix of Airbuses, Boeing 737 Classics, 757s. Yeah, it always seemed to be quite a mix of aircraft at the time. It was great. Mr. Luke, funnily enough, your dad is coming into Newcastle, arriving from Amsterdam on the 737-800. Nice one, mate. Well, if it's the flight which is arriving from Schiphol in about 1 hour, we will be here to watch it land, so stay tuned and you should see it land here. The hybrid Monarch Thomas Cook delivery was amazing. It really was. It really was a brilliant retro. Right, Tango Uniform Mike Whiskey is a based aircraft at Newcastle now. It is indeed, yes, and it's one of the newer TUI 737s as well. We're probably just going to pan over to that in just a second, folks. So that's that one just lining up and departing. And then if we look over to the left, got Tango Uniform Mike Whiskey. There it is. Just taxiing for departure. So we've got two 737 Maxes. We've got one which is lined up on the runway. We've got another one which is just taxiing. And now we're going to pan back to the runway to catch this this one departing. Very, very nice. That's TUI Airways 737 MAX, Golf Tango Uniform Mike Juliet, that's just departed from runway 25 there. And then next up we've got their other 737 MAX, again, as just mentioned in the comments there, also based here at Newcastle, Tango Uniform Mike Whiskey. Now this 737 MAX was delivered to the airline in April, so it's only a few months old, it's only about 4 months old, and now we have it based here at Newcastle. It's nice to have a few 737 MAXs, and hopefully at some point in the next year we might even get, you know, might even get a Ryanair one based, which would be fantastic. And opinions on trains, Jonathan. Opinions on trains. After my experience last week, I don't really have a very good opinion of trains, to be honest. For those of you who don't know, last week I flew with Loganair on their Embraer 145 from here at Newcastle across to Stavanger, and then I flew with Widerøe on one of their Dash 8s from Stavanger to Bergen, and then I was meant to fly from Bergen back to Aberdeen and then get the train from Aberdeen down to Newcastle. So the first thing that happened on the Wednesday morning, the train I was meant to be getting to Newcastle Airport, I looked at the arrivals board, and because the train drivers were on strike, the train was cancelled. I had no email confirmation in advance to say it was going to be cancelled, nothing at all. And despite all of that, I then had to change my plans because the next train wasn't due until 9 o'clock. Bearing in mind I was meant to be getting the train at 7 o'clock. So I changed my plans, quickly drove down to the airport. I had to pay about £60 for parking here at Newcastle. Paid that, and then the next thing was the train company, LNER, said, oh, you can't get a refund for your tickets, even though I never went to the station and never used them. And the reason they said I couldn't get my tickets back is because the ticket I'd bought was an advance ticket, therefore I wasn't eligible for a refund, even though the train was never operating and I never got an email confirmation to say it had been cancelled. The following day, when my flight back to Aberdeen was cancelled, I then wasn't able to use the train from Aberdeen back to Newcastle, and bizarrely they gave me a refund for that. And it's like, it's just so stupid. So yeah, after last week's experience, I don't really have a good opinion of trains. But thankfully last week, Loganair saved my day with the flight from Aberdeen to Teesside, because when I landed back in when I landed back in Aberdeen, which was after my train should have departed back to Newcastle, I just managed to get on the Loganair flight to Teesside with about 10 minutes to spare. You know, the airline helped me massively, the trains did absolutely nothing for me at all. So, yeah. Give me an aircraft with 2 wings and 2 engines any day of the week. Or more engines, to be honest. I'm all for more engines. Right, here comes enough of me waffling on. Here's TUI Airways 737 MAX, Golf Tango Uniform Mike Whiskey, departing runway 25. We're getting the maximum amount of activity this afternoon. Very nice indeed. Right, well, a quick look over at the Jet2. As you can see, all the happy passengers are boarding Jet2 737-800 there, getting ready to jet off on their holidays, and yeah, they'll soon be off. It's really nice to see the airline industry picking up again. Last month, I posted this on Twitter yesterday. So last month in July, let me get my facts right, last month Ryanair handled 2 million more passengers than they did in the same period during July 2019. So just think about that. 2 years ago, sorry, tell a lie, 3 years ago, before the pandemic, before we had all of the disruption because of the restrictions and this, that and the other, the airline didn't carry a few 100,000 passengers more, they carried 2 million more passengers than they did the year before the pandemic, which is absolutely crackers. It's crazy to think. But again, it just shows you. You might just, sorry, you might just hear another train go past, folks. Just 1 second. That's a metro train just going past again. And the horn you heard in the background is just the ranger scaring off some birds as well. But yeah, you just put that into context. 2 million more passengers in the space of 3 years, you know, is absolutely incredible. To not just reach the passenger numbers that they were reaching 3 years ago, but to surpass that, absolutely amazing. Really is incredible. So long may this recovery last, and long may people continue to fly. I can see there's about 100 of you all tuned in at the moment. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. I'm just going to have a quick scroll through the comments. And Chris Kennedy, as Chris says, KLM do tend to use a mix of aircraft on this route. So sometimes it's a 737-800, sometimes it's a 900 or a 700. Other times it's an Embraer 190, sometimes it's an Embraer 195E2. So the airline does kind of chop and change the equipment or the aircraft that they use on the Newcastle route. So yeah, it's going to be a nice one to see. Cyril, what's the biggest jet used in Newcastle? So the biggest one that's scheduled that comes in to Newcastle 5 times per week is Emirates Boeing 777. So that seats about just over 300 passengers, and we get that coming in and out of Newcastle to Dubai 5 times per week, and hopefully soon, and I mean this in all sincerity, I hope very, very soon we're going to have that back to a daily flight again. So every single day we'll have an Emirates again, which will be great. Reese, is Tango Uniform Mike Whiskey based aircraft at Newcastle? Yes, it is. I believe it was at Glasgow or London Gatwick before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that Max was based at Glasgow or Gatwick. Just to give you all an update of the action, we are expecting 2 arrivals in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So if you keep your eyes on Flight Radar 24, and here on the live stream we'll have another couple of arrivals in just a few minutes. Wayne Hartshawn, good afternoon, great to have you with us, welcome to the live stream. Nick Barton, good afternoon from a sunny Lincoln, looking forward to staying at Newcastle in 2 weeks prior to flying to Fuerteventura the next day. Nice one, mate. Well, I don't know if it's your first time flying from Newcastle, but I hope you have a lovely time up here, and I really hope you enjoy our airport as well. It's I just flew out from here last week across to Norway, and you know, honestly, you know, going through security and everything is an absolute breeze. It's very, very easy, and yeah, it is. It just makes travelling a lot less stressful and much more enjoyable. As you can see, we've got a Jet2 737-800 just pushing back there. That one might be to push and park, I'm not sure. That's another metro train you can just hear in the background there. So yeah, there we've got also the TUI, which the 737-800 of TUI there has got its APU running. That's why there's a little bit of heat haze just there, obscuring the Jet2. But that's just pushing back there now. But yeah, Nick, I hope you have a great flight from here in the northeast in a couple of weeks' time. I really hope you do. Thomas Atkinson, hello, welcome to the live stream. Really enjoying the live stream. Thanks very much, mate. It's great to have you on board. Danielle, You're flying from Newcastle to Lanzarote this time next week. Nice one. Very nice. I hope you have a lovely time. It's so nice because every single day I look on my on Twitter or on Facebook, and there's barely a day goes past where, you know, one of my friends isn't flying to this destination or that destination, or they've just booked to go here, or they've just booked to go there, and it's so good. So good. Right, I can see our next arrival just turning on to final, folks. It looks like they're on a visual approach as well. Yes, they are. It's a TUI Airways 737-800 Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Sierra from Kefalonia, and it's just at about 2,000 feet now, so not too far. The Ryanair from Gdansk is right up to the north. He's up to the north of Northumberland, and he's probably still about 20 minutes away. He's only at 24,000 feet, but it doesn't look like they've been able to get a straight in approach to land on the runway, so yeah. But anyway, we'll be watching an aircraft landing in just a couple of moments, and I can see that there's about 115 of you all tuned in at the moment, so good afternoon to each and every one of you. It's lovely to have you on the live stream, and welcome to the northeast. It's 22 degrees, it's warm, sunny, little bit of a breeze, but we've got lots of movements to come in the next couple of hours, including an Alba Star 737-800 from Palma de Mallorca, which is going to be landing in approximately 1 hour. Reese, you miss the old days at Newcastle. Yep, same here, mate, same here. Although reminiscing about that with some of the older spotters here is quite interesting, because some of them could tell you, you know, some of the movements they have seen over the years, and honestly, it's amazing what the airport has handled over the years. Really impressive. Got any best spots to plane spot at Newcastle Airport? Usually plane spot next to the Aviation Academy. The Aviation Academy is good. Another one I would recommend is the hill at the Callerton end of the runway, so Callerton Parkway, the hill behind there. That's another good place for plane spotting. Or the red seat on the Diddington side of runway 25. That's another good spot as well. So yeah, I'd recommend those ones, to be honest. He's in it. It's the one on the bridleway of the centre line. Yeah, it's always a good spot to go to, Chris. It's always a good one. Right, folks, we're going to focus on this Jet 2 just for a moment, and now we're going to pan over to the approach, because the TUI Airways 737-800 is just on final now. So just going to gently pan across to the approach end, and you'll see it there. There it is. And that's Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Sierra coming in from Kefalonia. There it is. Like I say, there's a little bit of a crosswind, nothing major, just about 10 to 12 knots. And as you can see from that heat haze, it is quite mild. It's lovely. Lovely weather for plane spotting. That's the TUI about to touch down. There we go, nicely done. It's actually quite weird to see to have seen, I should say, 4 TUI aircraft on the ground here in Newcastle. We've had the 2 737 Maxes. We've got the 737-800 that's parked up over there, and we've got another Jet 2 that's pushing back as well. So it looks like this TUI Airways is coming right to the far end of the runway, so we'll get a nice view of this. It's always nice when they run to the end of the runway. It just gives you a much better view. There's a Union Jack just on the tail behind the registration there, and that's something else which some airlines, the likes of EasyJet, did after 2016. They started to remove the Union Jack from their British registered aircraft, and ironically, whenever they registered the aircraft in, say, Austria or other countries, they always kept the flag of that country. So they would have the Austrian flag on the Austrian ones, the European flag on certain others, and then the Swiss flag for the Swiss aircraft. So yeah, it didn't make much sense apart from the politics of things, but hey. G-Reg aircraft with the Union Jack on the back, and TUI Airways no less as well. Train was cancelled, you get a refund. Yeah, but the thing is, mate, the train, even though the train was cancelled, I never received an email to confirm it was cancelled. So it wasn't on the arrivals or departures board from the train station, and nonetheless the train company, LNER, refused compensation as well, because I hadn't gone to the station to pick up my tickets and print them out. So if I'd gone to the station for a train that wasn't operating because it wasn't on the arrivals or departures board, if I'd gone to the station, picked up my tickets, then sent them in the post, I could claim a refund. The fact I didn't go to the station and collect my tickets, they won't issue me a refund. It's quite a bizarre one. It's quite a bizarre one. But anyway. Right, here's Jet2's 737-800, just rolling down runway 25 now. Like I say, we've got lots of activity in the next hour. That was a nice departure shot. And that's the TUI Airways just taxiing in with the Jet2 still being pushed back there. And we've got another Jet2 that's just pushed back as well. So just off to our left hand side, another Jet2 Holidays 737-800 has pushed back also. So we've got at least another 1, 2, 3 departures in the next few minutes. And the Ryanair from Poland is just along the coast there, descending in from Gdansk, so it's not going to be too long either. Oh, we've got a, sorry, I'm just going to pan quickly here, folks. We've got a little DA42 as well. Is it a DA42 or DA62? Just backtracking down the runway to depart as well. Backtracking, lining up on the runway. I don't imagine they'll use the full length of the runway to twin prop, so it should be able to get up with relative ease, but we'll see how far the backtrack. But either way, we've got the other two Jet2s which have both pushed back. The tugs are just disconnecting themselves now, and they are just getting ready to taxi now. And again, keep your comments coming in the live chat, folks. It's brilliant to have so many of you on this afternoon, and if you've got any questions or anything, please feel free to ask them in the live chat. Chris Scott, good afternoon, mate. Doing very well, thanks. How are you doing? Lovely to have you with us. SJ's Transport, good afternoon to you as well, mate. Lovely to have you on board. Has Lauda A320 operated by Ryanair landed here? Yes, we actually we get the Lauda A320 in from Palma De Mallorca every week. So yeah, we have that in Newcastle regularly. But I even got a video of it, and in fact I did a live stream of it into Newcastle about a year ago. So yeah, it's quite a regular movement to see here, to be honest. Where's the Jet2 off to? Chris Kennedy answered that, thanks mate. Heading to Las Palmas, Gran Canaria. John Boy, hello. See from October Emirates are changing the flight time. Yes, well they're not, to be honest with you, they're not changing it in as much as they're just putting it back to what it was. So that's what the original flight schedule for Newcastle was, and they're just putting it back to what it was originally. So it's a good thing though, it's a really, really good thing. Right, here comes this diamond. That's another metro train you can just hear in the background as well. There it is, nice little diamond, I think it is, DA something. November Golf Uniform Sierra, and that is a Guernsey registration. So that's just taxiing there. If we pop back over to the left side here, you can see the other Jet2s just taxiing. Golf Juliet Zulu Bravo Romeo. It's just taxiing out to runway 25. Yeah, the diamond that's just taken off, I've seen that a few times, and I noticed it down in Southampton a couple of years ago, and it seems to be a regular one between Southampton and Guernsey. So yeah, quite a popular one. You can see how many aircraft are still waiting to go though. We've got this Jet2 taxiing, we've got another one which is halfway down the taxiway, we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are an hour or so. So plenty of activity still to come forward, and a few arrivals as well. Jet2 that's pushing back is off to Dalaman in Turkey. Thanks very much, Samuel. Cheers, mate. And Jack Homer as well. Thanks for that information. Lanzarote bound Jet2 about to push on stand 11. Yeah, very good. Possibly, yeah. It's a mix of things, to be honest. Sometimes they so basically they push them back, just to the left here. They usually push them back to the north side of the apron to give enough clearance for any aircraft which are coming in and out. Also, they'll sometimes push them back onto one of the stands. So like stand 25 for instance, or one of them, and it just means if they've got a delay, they can be ready to go immediately as soon as tower clears them to go, but they can do so without having to request pushback. So if they're facing nose out, parked on a stand, it means they don't need a pushback crew, they can just keep the auxiliary power unit at the rear of the aeroplane running, and as soon as tower clears them to go, they can get the engine started and start taxiing within a few minutes. So it just makes it a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. And Wayne Tennant, hello Wayne, lovely to have you on board, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Can't wait to fly with TUI. Nice one, mate. I hope you have a lovely flight with them. Back to train, take it the Ombudsman. Strangely, this is the thing that's sort of like annoying me, mate, but I think I am going to do it. The thing I was most annoyed about with the train last week is that they never emailed me in advance to say it was going to be cancelled, even though it was cancelled, which I found a little bit odd. But yeah. Planespotting Ringway, Charlie and Paul Eddy, good afternoon to you both. Lovely to have you both with us. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Hello from the northeast. It's a lovely, warm and sunny day here, so I hope you're all having a great day. Great to have you with us. You could claim a charge back from your bank for the tickets. I thought about that as well, Ronald, but I'm going to have a look into it, because like I say, They refunded me for the Aberdeen flight, but they haven't. They basically won't for the train down to the airport, which is just very bizarre because that train never even operated, but they still took the money for it. So, you know, obviously meant at, you know, 5:30 in the morning I had to completely change my plans due to the train drivers being on strike. So yeah. Martin Hughes, loud as in every Wednesday from Palma. That's right. Thank you very much, Martin. I couldn't remember which day it was. Runway Collin County, hello from Dallas, Fort Worth. Welcome on board, mate. Great to have you with us. Hello from the northeast of the UK. It's great to have you join us. So we've got lots of action for this afternoon. We've got plenty more movements to come. The Ryanair from Gdansk, from Poland, it has just established on the ILS for runway 25. I can see that in the distance. Meanwhile, in front of you, you can see this Jet2 737-800. I believe this is the one off to Turkey. Just rolling down runway 25 now. So here it comes. Very nice indeed. So we've got the other Jet2 that's just pulling short of the runway there, and then we've got the Ryanair 737-800 just on about a 5-mile final there. So we've got 2 movements in the next few minutes. I just need to check flight radar to see where that Jet2 is off to. Let's see where he's flying to. We've also got another Ryanair coming in from Gran Canaria. That's just at 6,000 feet and will be landing in less than 10 minutes. In fact, a lot less than 10 minutes. I can actually see it over to the south there. So yeah, that Jet2 is off to Antalya, off to Turkey. The Alba Star 737-800 is just approaching the south coast of the UK now. It's nearly over Southampton, so that's not going to be long. And the KLM 737-800 from Amsterdam is just pinging on the ground there. So with a couple of good movements to see in the next hour. Right, here's the Ryanair 738 all the way from Gdansk in Poland. Nicely done, and then we'll have the Jet2 in the background just lining up in a second. So this is one of our based aircraft, I believe. So I'm just vacating runway 25 onto the high-speed exit. Although saying that, he's not making it very high speed, is he? Also, folks, just to let you know what I can see, it looks like we've got yes, we've got another Jet2 737-800 which is pushing back. So we've got another one just about to go, and another one which is just halfway through boarding. So there's the Newcastle Airport control tower in the background with the Emirates logo on it. There's another metro train just about to pass, as you'll hear. That Ryanair's just holding short at the moment. I think the TUI 737-800 is actually about to push back. So yeah, that's going to be another aircraft to depart. But but yeah, it looks like they've got a couple of wing walkers just looking at the edge of it. So, and the other Ryanair from Gran Canaria is turning onto the ILS approach now. I can see it in the distance there. And we've got nearly 200 of you all tuned in at the moment. Very good afternoon to each and every one of you. Welcome to the live stream. Hello from the northeast of the UK. And we've got lots of action coming up for you in the next hour or so. So please stay tuned, and it's lovely to have you with us. Planespotting Ringway doing very well, thanks. Yeah, keeping well. Just full of busy with work at the moment. I had yesterday off and I've had today off, so yeah, it's been quite nice actually just to have a couple of quiet days really. And I thought, well, I've got things planned for tomorrow evening. Usually I like to do a live stream on a Friday evening, as a lot of you will know. But I thought, you know what, we'll do one today instead, because there's some good traffic due this afternoon and we haven't done a live stream on a Thursday. So, you know, it's a good opportunity too. Right, we're going to focus over here now, folks, because the TUI 737-800 is just about to push back. That's what that Ryanair 737 is waiting for. So they're just waiting for him to push back. And then over here on the left-hand side, as you can see, lots and lots of people, lots of happy holiday makers, flooding onto that Jet2 737-800 off on their holidays abroad. So there really is no better sight to see. And then over there behind we've got another Jet2 that's just pushed back. So we've got that one that's about to taxi, we've got that one that's boarding, and then we've got this TUI 737-800 which is pushing back now. So it's the TUI just going back there, and that's what the Ryanair has been waiting for. So yeah, Ewan, you were stood next to us in a horse field. Great to have you on board, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that. Lovely to have you on the live stream. Are they long range aircraft? No, they're not really, mate. No. To be honest, they can do up to about 5.5 to 6 hours of flying in reality. So, you know, a flight across to Turkey or somewhere isn't really all that much for a 737. TUI Airways uses them on flights to likes of Egypt and places. So, you know, they can fly quite a distance. But yeah. I'm not sure why, but that Ryanair 737, which looked like it was turned on to final, I can just see, I don't know if you can all see this on Flight Radar 24 because I haven't got it open at the moment, but it looks like the plane's flown to the north of the approach and is now being brought back in from a different angle, because first it looked like he was turned onto the approach and now I can just see him about to establish from the north now. So yeah, a little bit unless he had a little bit too much altitude or a bit too much speed, I'm not sure. There's the other Jet2 just taxiing, and the other Jet2 at the far end of the runway is rolling to depart now, folks. So we're going to transition from this shot over to a departure shot. So there we've got 3 aircraft on the move, and here's the next one to depart. Very nice indeed. There we go, we've got Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Papa. That's the TUI 737-800 there, and then we've got the Ryanair. Whoever would have thought TUI and Ryanair would be going head to head. It's actually nice and busy at the moment. This is good. The other Jet2 737-800 behind that TUI has just finished boarding, and it looks like they're about to push back, so got another one that's about to move in a second. And again folks, keep all your comments coming in the live chat. As soon as we've got a little break, I'll try and answer every single one if I can. And still off work, still waiting. 3 weeks and 2 days, nearly a 1 month. Never, mate. That's crazy, that. It's absolutely crazy. You would have thought that they would have got your pass and everything sorted by now, because at the end of the day, it's in their interest to do it, you know. But hopefully you get it sorted soon, mate. Les Donaldson, good afternoon to you, mate. Enjoyed the Norway trip. To be honest, mate, I absolutely loved it. And for those of you who don't know, we managed to do a live stream last week from Stavanger, and that was brilliant. Apart from the wind was really strong. But yeah, it was a great trip. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah. Right, that's the Ryanair taxied in, and now we've got the TUI Airways taxiing out. Really wish an airline would do a Birmingham to Newcastle. It's quite funny you say that, because Eastern Airways used to fly that route from Birmingham down to Newcastle, and it did well for quite a few years, to be honest. But unfortunately those days are long gone, unfortunately. Wayne, do they use the TUI 737 MAX to Antalya a lot? Yes, yeah, they tend to. On the other hand, they use it to likes of Mallorca and other places as well, Tenerife and further afield. So it's quite a good aircraft. It's got the range on it, so it's, you know, it's more than up to doing the routes that the airlines want it to. Right, well, so that TUI's taxiing out. We've got another Jet2 pushing back. It's like Piccadilly Circus this afternoon. It's just one after another. You ask for one aeroplane and you get 10 at once. It's brilliant. Ryan and Roxy, hello, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, it's a shame we haven't got the Emirates. I totally agree, mate. I was looking at doing a live stream tomorrow evening. Usually I like to do them on a Friday evening. You know, it's the start of the weekend for everyone. Everyone's usually off work, and, well, most of us are off work. It's just a nice chance to chill and, you know, do a live stream. But I've got plans tomorrow, so I thought we'd just do it this afternoon instead. But yeah, it's nice and busy, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. We'll be live for about another hour or so, but yeah, it's great to have you on board. So that's the Ryanair taxied into stand. One Jet2 pushed back. TUI Airways is just taxiing down the runway there. The Jet2 is holding position, and then we've got the Ryanair from Gran Canaria just coming into land now. This is a nice little bit of activity here, folks. This is really good. Reese, do I know when Flybe will begin operations? I don't, unfortunately, Reese. Sorry, mate. I've got a little bit of a story about that actually in a minute. So here comes the Ryanair anyway, all the way from the Canaries. Very nicely done, very nicely done. So yeah, my story about Flybe. Flybe was meant to start Dash 8 flights between Belfast City and Newcastle starting on August the 25th. And I had booked to fly on the inaugural flight, and I'd even taken time off work for it. But the airline suddenly decided that it had insufficient aircraft, insufficient crew, so it was going to cancel the route. So they've cancelled the flights, they've cancelled the inaugural and everything. They've not announced yet when they plan on restarting it. It's, you know, it's a good route to Belfast City. It makes common sense for them to fly between Belfast and Newcastle. But like I say, as of yet, they've still not announced when they plan on starting that route. So, and amazingly, I did get a refund from Flybe. As weird as that sounds. But yeah, hopefully I'd like to fly on them when they do start to Newcastle, but you know, when that will be, none of us knows yet. Right, the Ryanair's just having to give way to the Jet2 because the Jet2 is about to taxi out, so it's just waiting. It's just waiting for a second. The other Jet2 is lined up on the runway, ready to depart. So we'll pan back to the runway in just a second. It would be nice to plane spot in Gdansk, wouldn't you agree? I've actually been plane spotting in Gdansk for about. I did it for about a week in May, so I've actually been and done that this year, and Gdansk is an amazing airport for plane spotting, so yes Chris, I completely agree. Right, here's the Jet2 737-800 just departing now, and the TUI's lining up in the background. Up, up and away. One Jet2 out and another one heading soon after. Also got the TUI Airways 737-800 that's just lined up on the runway, so that's about to go. And then we've got good old Ryanair 738 just taxiing in to stand there. It's a really nice busy spell, this. Here's another metro train. So for those of you, I can see we've got about 200 of you all tuned in at the moment. A very good afternoon to each and every one of you. It's lovely to have you on board this beautiful sunny Thursday afternoon. The sound you can hear in the background there is the sound of the metro trains operating on a regular basis from Newcastle Airport into the city. So that's the noise that you can hear. Right, there's our based Ryanair's here at Newcastle. Something I never thought I would say, even a couple of years ago, but you know, we've needed a Ryanair base here at Newcastle for years, and finally we have one. So it seems to be working well for the airline. We've got routes to Milan, Ibiza, Mallorca, Riga, Poland, Portugal. You know, we've got routes all the way across Europe with this new base, and even more routes being added at the end of this year to Barcelona and Cork. Right, here comes the TUI 737-800. The Ryanair on stand, and that's the TUI Airways just departed there as well. We've also got the other Jet2 which is just making its way to the runway now, so that'll be going in a few minutes. Enjoy your days off. Thanks very much, Charlie. Yeah, it's just nice to have a little bit of time off, to be honest, just to chill. You're starting to see some 737 of the strobe lights, I mean just flashes ones. Yeah, I noticed as well some of the 737-800s are being retrofitted with the LED lights as well, which is interesting. Kind of looks weird on the old ones, but yeah. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you very much. Yeah, and again, a massive thanks to each and every one of you who's subscribed, and to each and every one of our channel members who's on. You know, I cannot thank you all enough for your support. It really, really does mean a lot. Right, that's the Ryanair that's just landed. That's the Jet2 that's finished boarding, and they're just about to move the steps away. So that Jet2 will be departing very soon. And then over there we've got another Jet2 and the Ryanair which has just arrived from Gdansk. So all the passengers are just getting off there, as you can see, and that'll be departing out very soon, no doubt. So we're going to pan back to the other side of the airport. It's quieting down just ever so slightly now, which is nice. As you can see, we've got another Jet2 just lined up on the runway, ready to go. And Archie Rigby, good afternoon Archie, great to have you on the live stream mate. Hope you're having a great Thursday afternoon mate, it's lovely to have you with us. Right, here comes the Jet2 738. Very nice. Great to have you on the live stream mate, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Right, that's the other Jet2 that's just getting ready for pushback now. So as you can see, the rear stairs have been detached, the front stairs are about to be disconnected as well. So yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. Right, I'm just going to try and catch up on all of your comments there, folks. Unfortunately, it was so busy I didn't have much of a chance to scroll through them. But yeah, it's still busy. Like I say, we've got those aircraft which have just landed. They still have to go out as well. So on top of the movements we've seen come in, we've still got more to come. Right, we've got next arrival is going to be the Alba Star. So we've got arrivals wise, we've got the Alba Star which is due in 30 minutes, KLM is due in 35 minutes, Loganair from Exeter is due in 40 minutes. So we've got 3 arrivals due in the next little hour or so, and also departing out. So we've got the Ryanair that just landed, that's going out to Mahon. Then we've got the other one which is going to Krakow, and yeah, we've still got the TUI which is going out to Lanzarote, Jet2 to Palma De Mallorca, and a delayed Alicante flight, Golf Delta Foxtrot X-ray, which I'm not sure where that is. Where is it? All right, so it seems as though one of the airplanes here has gone tech. So Jet2 is going to be flying Golf Delta Foxtrot X-ray. So if you keep an eye on Flight Radar 24, they're going to fly a 737 up from East Midlands to cover for one of the 737s which is obviously broken down here. So yeah, it looks like that's what Jet2 are going to do. And so yeah, we'll have another 737 due in shortly. That'll be good. Right, I'll just try and catch up on all of your comments. Have I been plane spotting at a DHL hub in Germany, Leipzig or Cologne? No, I haven't. It's one on my list of airports that I still need to visit, but hopefully one day. But we'll see how it goes. And Runway Colin, it's great to have you on board the live stream, and lovely to have you joining us from the States. Welcome on board. And because COVID tanked the route, they'll be back to Delhi. Yes, hopefully we'll get the Emirates flight back to Delhi eventually. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I think the demand is there, as is proven by the amount of passengers flying between here and Dubai. But you know, time will tell. Patience is a virtue, and sooner or later we will get it back to a daily flight again. Dickie, good afternoon. You've just had an FGR4 Typhoon over Newcastle. Nice one. We haven't had that. We haven't had that here at the airport, so it must be. I presume it must be high level. But yeah. And hello from the west in sunny Carlisle. Good afternoon, welcome on board, Solo Biker. Lovely to have you with us. Have I done Corfu Airport yet, Wayne? No, I haven't done Corfu. That's still, again, it's another one on the list of the long list of ones that I still need to visit. So yeah, hopefully one day. Have we seen British Airways here at Newcastle? Yes, we have one of their aircraft overnights here at Newcastle every single day, so technically we've got a British Airways base, you could say, but in terms of routes we don't. We only have one to Heathrow, which is a bit of a shame. But yes, we get British Airways in here every single day. A lot of Jet2 departing today. Yes, lots and lots of Jet2s. Is the stream delayed? No, the stream isn't. The stream's only delayed by about 5 to 10 seconds, Archie. So yeah, basically what I'm doing is, obviously it takes me a few minutes just to respond to the comments on the stream because there are so many. So likes of there before, when I'm filming and when I'm doing that, I can't be looking at the comments at the same time. So usually I leave it till a few minutes afterwards and then browse through the comments when there's like a quiet spell. So for instance now, we're just waiting for the Jet2 on our left hand side here. We're just waiting for that one to go. So I've kind of got plenty of time just to look on my phone and see what all of you have commented. But otherwise, I have to keep my main focus on filming. So sometimes there is just a bit of a delay, but that delay is just because I'm not able to look at the comments all of the time, unfortunately. But there is about a 5 to 30 second delay on average, yes. That's on average, I say that. But yeah. It's their afternoon bank, it is indeed, yeah. We actually have about 3 to 4 times daily between London Heathrow and Newcastle. So we have an early morning flight, late morning, mid-afternoon, and then an evening flight, typically. But yeah, that all depends. I can hear an aeroplane, but I can't see it. This is going to annoy me. Yeah, we've got I can hear something very loud, unless that's a typhoon you're on about. No, it's definitely not. It's a Ryanair from it's a Ryanair from Dusseldorf Wies down to Edinburgh. Up to Edinburgh even. Yeah. Definitely not a typhoon, that. That's my bad, don't worry. Just having a look to see when the next movement is due. Oh, there's I think that'll be going to RAF Leeming though. There is a RAF Venom Zulu Mike 337 heading north, but I imagine that'll be to Teesside or to RAF Leeming. So yeah, that's heading north, but still quite a... Yeah, it looks like it's turning for Leeming or Teesside. Oh, in fact, one of them has actually just done a missed approach at Teesside. So yeah, that'll be where the RAF Venom's headed as well. The last Jet2 we saw depart is going to Las Palmas, Gran Canaria. That's where that's heading. We've also got a King Air heading north, but again I think that might be for Teesside as well. Teesside seems to have quite a bit of traffic at the moment. The other Jet2 is just pushing back now, so pan over to there. And the Jet2 you can see that's pushing back is Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Golf, and that's going to be departing, I believe, to Palma de Mallorca. That's where they're heading off to. I need to go back to Palma de Mallorca this year actually. I haven't been there in 2 years, so it's always Great island. For those of you who haven't visited Mallorca, it's a lovely place. It's really nice. You can hear the engines just being started there. Right, I say our next few inbounds are due in just a few more minutes, so yeah. Ryanair and the overhead to Wees to Edinburgh, that's the one. Great colour, are you using a polarising lens? Cheers from Canada. Welcome on board to the live stream. No, I'm not using a polarising lens. This is just a bog standard normal camcorder. I think it does have the colour enhancement on, which is why the colours might look especially good, but no, it's just a normal Panasonic camcorder, just as you get it. And Dickie, yeah, RAF Edinburgh has just gone over Teesside, it does, yeah. British Airways have two routes, one to Heathrow and the other to Salzburg. Yes, the route to Salzburg is not a bookable, you know, off-the-shelf route, though, as it were. Yeah, I believe that's just a charter that they operate on behalf of someone else. But yeah, they do operate to Salzburg. Henry, you're at Newcastle Airport next week, Tuesday. Newcastle to Alicante with Jet2. Nice one. I haven't been on a plane since 2019. Wow. That's the crazy thing for me, because even throughout the pandemic, and that's another train you can hear going past in the background. Even during the pandemic, I was still flying. So I flew with Loganair down to Southampton, flew with Loganair up to the Scottish Islands. My first flight away was to, where was it to? I think it was to, I'm trying to think, Sweden. I flew to Alicante. I flew to Alicante in November or October of last year. And where else did I go? Oh, Madeira. Madeira was the first place I went away to, and Madeira was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Never been to Madeira before, and it's a paradise. It really is. It's an amazing island. But, yeah. You understand none of the chat. I wouldn't worry about it, mate. There's not much to understand. I hope you can understand me, because if you can't understand me, then I'm going to be very, very worried. I'll have to put on a more formal and a more formal accent. In the form of, in front of you, you see a Jet2 737-800 aircraft, revving its engines as it prepares to taxi out. Actually, that sounds too much like David Attenborough for my liking. Right, here it goes. And James, hello from Yorkshire. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live stream. Great to have you with us. Hello from a sunny northeast. And I have to say northeast because I'm not in Northumberland. Here's a little fun fact for everyone who's watching. The boundary of Northumberland, where those trees are just in the background next to the airport perimeter fence, that side of the airport is Northumberland. This side of the airport is in Newcastle. So technically it's Northumberland's only international airport, but in reality, because of where the Northumberland boundary is, it is Newcastle. So yeah. At one time, Northumbria incorporated everything from Edinburgh all the way down to York, and now the boundary of the county is just the other side of where those white steps are in the distance there. So there's a fun little fact for you. And Lee, the last time you flew was with Britannia. Dear me, that is crazy, mate. That is absolutely crazy. I have a fun story about Britannia actually. I was meant to fly with Britannia Airways back in 2000 and I think it was 2003 or 2004 on one of their 757s from here at Newcastle, and they changed the flight from a 757 to a My Travel Airbus A321. So instead of the 757, we ended up with My Travel on the A321, which I was a little bit gutted about in hindsight, but yeah. At the time it was quite fun to fly on the orange and blue plane, My Travel Airways that was, but again, another airline which is long gone. You think they're doing circuits at RAF Leeming? Yeah, you're right there, mate. You're right, they are. They're getting lots of training done, which is good. And also, folks, just to let you know, we've got another. I know we're focused on this Jet2 taxiing at the moment, but just over on the left, we've got another Jet2. Woohoo! It's Jet2 heaven this afternoon. Got another one that's just pushed back there. And shortly the 2 Ryanairs will start boarding and we'll have another one. So yeah, another 2 departures, and we've still got 3 inbounds which are due in the next 20 minutes. So there's still lots of activity to come, folks. You were surprised how busy it was last month, Newcastle Airport on a Saturday morning. Lots of people travelling, which was good to see. Dave, yeah Dave, I totally agree. Last week I flew from Newcastle to Stavanger and I was amazed at how busy the terminal was. But I'll tell you what I was most impressed at. I was most impressed how the airport was dealing with security. You know, there was no massive hold up at security. Everyone was just freely flowing, and the staff were fantastic. And you know, it's crazy because you see some horror stories at some other UK airports, and as soon as people read those stories from the newspapers or on the news or wherever, it just paints a really bad and negative picture. But everyone needs to remember that, you know, 1 airport or 2 airports in the UK which historically have never been great does not justify tarring all other UK airports with the same brush. Yes, they're busy, yes, they're struggling, but not half as much as in some other areas. But yeah, there's a Jet2 Holidays 738 taxiing as well. Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Juliet. Or is it uniform? I can't see. And Samuel, you go to Faro in September. You got to Faro in September. Only 56 passengers on a 200. Oh, mate, honestly, I know exactly what you mean. I flew with Wizz Air to Madeira, and even last year you could see the passenger numbers were slowly picking up, but the flight was barely 75% full, so there was lots of space in the cabin. I think the scariest flight that I flew on during the pandemic was probably it was actually, trying to think, either Southampton or actually Alicante. The Alicante one was quite quiet. I think the scariest one was probably at Southampton, because I got to the terminal here at Newcastle and the terminal was just dead. There was nobody there. There was me and about 12 other passengers waiting for a single flight to go out to Southampton with Logan. It was quite scary actually. But yeah, thankfully those days are gone. And here we have another Jet2. Up and away. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, flying during the pandemic was a very strange time. For those of you who didn't fly, you won't know much about it, because a lot of people I know tried to avoid flying at the time, and understandably so. You had to wear a face mask at all times, you had to show your proof of vaccination, show that you'd had both your jabs every time you landed into another country. And you know, last week when I flew to Norway, it was so nice. When even earlier in the year I flew to Estonia and Poland, and it's just good to remember what travelling should be like. You know, it should be normal. There shouldn't be any restrictions hindering you, and yeah, it's just good to be back to normal again. It's good to be back to normal. So let's have a look. We've got Miss Wolves, love the accent. Thank you very much. Cheers for that. It's you can understand me, okay? That's all right. I'm pleased you can understand me. If you can't understand me, then I'd be very, very worried, and I'd have to brush up on my my proper spoken English again. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. RAF Leeming, yeah. There's a US Air Force C-17 at 34 thou in the area. If there's a contrail of it and we can see it, then I'll try and focus on that if it's about, but if not, we'll just leave it. There's another train about to go past, as you'll be able to hear. That's the metro train from Newcastle Airport down to the town. The last time you were on a plane was in the late 60s, Christina, with BEA. Wow, that is going back quite a bit. Dear me. My dad always tells me the stories when he used to fly with BEA and British as they were, and on the Trident and the Vickers Vanguards, and yeah, it's quite a cool time. And here we observe the Jet2 in its natural habitat, Archie. Yep, pretty much. Here we have the Jet2 in its natural habitat as it rolls along the runway, gaining speed. The pilots pitch the nose up, and the aircraft glides effortlessly into the air, back to where it belongs. Somebody probably watching that thinking I have just ruined that rotation and departure shot for you, and if I did, I do apologise. Right, we can see there's passengers already just beginning to board the Ryanair 737-800 there, so that'll be going in the next 20 minutes. That's them just started boarding, and in a few minutes time we'll have some more arrivals coming in, so more planes to see. Hello George from Dallas, Texas. Great show, thanks very much, mate. Great to have you with us, and welcome to the live stream. You reckon Jet2 as Newcastle as its secondary main base? It's actually quite interesting, because Manchester and Leeds used to be the main bases, but Newcastle is definitely one of the bigger ones, so I haven't actually looked at it, but it would be quite interesting to see just how many aircraft and how we compare in terms of their overall UK operation. It would be quite interesting, actually. Yeah, Leeds Bradford is the headquarters for Jet2, yeah, you're right, but in terms of Manchester, Birmingham, Stansted, Newcastle, I'm not sure where we rank, because I'm pretty sure we've got a bigger operation than it's... I'm not 100%, but I'm sure we have a bigger operation than they do at Stansted, but I wouldn't stake my life on it. But, yeah. Second Jet2 pinging. Oh, there it is. Yep, that's it there. All the flights I've been on have been full or overbooked. That's good though. That's good. It's far better. There's another metro train. You know, it's far better having a full or overbooked flight where, you know, they can put you onto another flight than having an empty one. You know, it's far better that way. It's far better. Right, the Alba Star, the very plane that I came here specifically to see, that plane is just 5 minutes away now. It's at 5,000 feet, just over South Shields Way, just passing the mouth of the Tyne now, and it's going to be landing in 5 minutes. So that'll be on the ground, and I'm super excited. The last time I saw an Alba Star here at Newcastle Airport, it was a 737-400, and I believe that was in 2015 or 2014. So it was about 7 or 8 years ago when I last saw one here. So yeah, it's crazy that that time has just gone like that, and now we've got one of their 800s coming in, which is pretty cool. The Diamond DA42 that we saw depart about 50 minutes ago looks like it's coming back in as well, so we'll probably see that. KLM is at 12,000 feet and descending, so that's not going to be too long. I'm just looking to see if there's any other. Oh yeah, I saw that C-17 you mentioned about Dickie, and it's unfortunately it's too cloudy over to the west for us to see it, so unfortunately we missed that one. Sorry, mate. Love the last 3 words. One for Mrs. Wolves. He doesn't know if he's gone on the netty like a chava eating a Toblerone roller comfort. What on earth? Chris Kennedy, if you could Google Translate that for me, please, mate, and then send it to me, that'd be greatly appreciated. Oh dear. Alba Star from Palma due in roughly 7 minutes. Provide no go around. Manchester Aviation. If the Alba Star goes around, then yeah, that would be an amazing video. That would be a seriously good video. Folks, I need a drink, so just bear with me one. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water. I even brought, can you believe this? This is how prepared I am today. I even brought myself a can of Pepsi Max Lime, which I got a pack of them last week and I haven't drank them all yet, so I thought, you know what, instead of water today we'll bring ourselves something with a bit more sugar in it. Yes, it's terrible for you and it rots your teeth, kids, and I would never recommend them, but when you're out filming sometimes and outside, it's actually just nice to have one once in a while. But overall, stick to water. It's healthier for you, it's better for you, and you'll live longer. That's what I keep getting told anyway, so yeah. But for now we'll stick to look, I'm going to prove to you I'm sticking to good old Highland spring water. So there you go. It's as healthy as it gets. So the Alba Star has just turned in on to final on runway 25. We'll pan over to that in just a second. Ah, that's better. So yeah, the Alba Star will be landing in just a few moments. And again, folks, if you like what you're watching and if you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and if you like to see live streams like this, please maybe think about subscribing. And if you tap the notifications, you should in theory get a notification when we go live. And yeah, I'm trying to do these live streams a bit more regularly, and yeah, again, thank you to every single one of you who's tuned in on the live chat at the moment. You know, it's absolutely amazing to have a good bit of conversation and you know, a good bit of back and forth and a bit of banter. It's always good. The one thing that in some live streams, I mean, I watch quite a bit of YouTube and a lot of aviation content. The one thing that disappoints me in some is that they ask a question, or they, you know, ask you something related to what's going on and they never answer, and then it just, you know, falls further down the list and it's just ignored, which I find is a bit of a shame. So so yeah, keep all your comments and your questions coming in, and I'll do my very best as and when we get little gaps and when it's quiet enough to, I'll try and answer each and every one of them. So yeah, we're gonna, the Ryanair's off to Mallorca. You're off there in a couple of weeks with EasyJet from Luton. Nice one. It's Ryan. Hello, mate. Your friend flew out yesterday on TUI Tantalia on Tango Uniform Mike Juliet. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Alba Star descending towards Tynemouth. It is indeed. Right to pay to confirm a seat, so you were scammed up to £100 a person. That's crazy, that, mate. It's crazy. Yeah, if that's the case when they're overbooked, then yeah, that's wrong, guys. Right, here comes the Alba Star, folks. I'm just going to get the 4K camcorder rolling. And I'm just going to pan over now, folks, and we're going to watch the Alba Star landing from Palma De Mallorca. Now that's what you call a landing. Please vacate at the end, please vacate at the end, please vacate at the end. Nope. Oh yes. Cool. I was hoping he was going to vacate at the end. That was so cool. I'm so pleased to vacate at the end of the runway. That was mint. There we go, folks, the Alba Star 737-800 Echo Charlie November Lima Kilo, all the way from Palma de Mallorca. How cool is that? The old livery Alba Star was a lot, you know, it was a more plain livery, no pun intended, but it just wasn't as good as that one. That one with the green and everything looks so good. That looks really, really cool. So there we go, another nice and cool airline to see here. Yep, KLM's just next one, I think. Yep. Right, looks like the KLM's next one. Ever flew on Wamos? No, never flown on Wamos. No. Planespotting Ollie, hello mate, welcome on board. Your nephew's flying back in Newcastle 2 weeks on Friday. His first time back in 4 years as he lives in Aussie. Wow, that is cool, mate. That is cool. Never heard of Albastar. Yeah, they're a fairly small airline. They operate charters and so on, and on behalf of different airlines mainly. But yeah, it's pretty cool. New tyres, new pilots. I think they're going to be needed after that landing. That was quite a landing. Right, here comes the KLM, the Flying Dutchman. all the way from Amsterdam, from Schiphol. That's more like it. Nice and smooth. Well, I know for a fact the KLM is going to make Bravo. Yeah, look at that. The pilot. Oh, are they? Are they? Yes, go on, son. Go on. That's pilots who know where the high-speed exit is and they know how to use it. Bravo. It's 737-800 heaven here at Newcastle Airport this afternoon, dear me. And the Ryanair to Krakow, the passengers have finished boarding and it's getting ready for pushback now. Bravo X-ray November, the Flying Dutchman. Beautiful. Beautiful 738. Not sure which stand they'll be taking, I presume it'll be one on the north side. And then next to land we've got Loganair Embraer 145, which is just on final approach now, so I'll be landing in just a minute. I'm not sure. Oh, that's why. Sorry. I've just realised why the KLM's holding. The KLM is holding position because the TUI 737-800 has just pushed back. So that's why. So the Ryanair there has finished boarding and they're going to be pushing back in just a minute. And the KLM needs to wait for the TUI Airways to move out the way so they can taxi in. So that's why there's a little bit of a hold up. That explains it. Everything's going really well here at Newcastle Airport. It's running like clockwork this afternoon. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Is this airline connected with Ryanair? No, it's not. It's not connected to Ryanair. Although they have operated for Ryanair in the past. They did operate a 737-400 for Ryanair back in 2015, I think it was. 2015 and 2017. So yeah. Never heard of them. Yeah, very good. Dickie, the Loganair seems to have disappeared from flight radar. Yeah, that's a common thing. The ADS-B data on those aircraft is quite, or should I say the receiver's quite old, so, or the transponder is even. So that's why it tends to disappear off radar, but it's nothing to be worried about. Right, the TUI is, yeah, exactly as Chris Kennedy says, it operates for TUI. The TUI, talking of which, 738 is just taxiing here. We'll focus on the KLM because we haven't seen many KLMs today. Right, that's the KLM just taxiing to stand, and then we've got the TUI, which is just taxiing there. Tango Alpha Whiskey Sierra. And then on final approach we have the Loganair E145 Sierra Alpha Juliet Oscar. been a really good afternoon. We've had some cracking traffic. We've still got Eastern Airways Jetstream to arrive, which is coming in from Aberdeen, and that's probably going to be, as long as it's on time, that's going to be the last one we see today. See, there's quite a few birds just around the side of the runway there. So this is this particular Embraer 145. A lot of you may have heard of or know about BMI Regional. So BMI Regional was a subsidiary of Fly BMI, which sadly ceased operations back in 2012. So BMI Regional continued for quite a few years, and this is one of their Embraer 145s that they used to operate. So from Newcastle they flew to Brussels, Stavanger, Bergen and different places. When the airline went under, pretty much all of their Embraers 145s and 135s were taken up by Loganair, and the crews basically it was weird. One of the captains who I spoke with last week, he put it this way. He said he was out of a job on the Friday, so basically he was made jobless on the Friday with BMI, and then he was back at work on the Monday flying for Loganair on all these routes, and amazingly it's still continued for the last 4 or 5 years now that the airline has managed to keep these Embraers alive. So the airline operates to the likes of Exeter, Southampton, Bergen, Stavanger, and it's proven really popular. I think also the fact that Flybe went under, that also helped. So that kind of made the competition a little bit less. But it's still great to see these little Embraers still flying around as normal, really. Right, over there we've got the Ryanair 737-800. They have just pushed back, and got the Alba Star just about to fully disembark. And then at the other end of the runway we've got the TUI Airways 737-800, which is just lining up. There we go, that's them on the runway, ready to rock and roll. And here comes the TUI. Very nice indeed. Right, and there's the Ryanair taxiing behind the Alba Star. And that is Echo India, Echo Foxtrot Kilo, heading to Krakow, Police International Airport in the south of Poland. I believe it's the Krakow flight, not the Mahon one, because if I've just gotten that wrong, then I do apologise. But it's, yeah, I do believe it's that one. I'm going to be completely wrong now, aren't I? I should have checked Flight Radar. Right, folks, I'll get back to some of your comments on that in just a second. Focus on this Ryanair. Loganair, Kind of weird to see your dad's aeroplane on a live stream, yeah. It's quite cool, actually. It's quite cool. Do you remember the India Echo Alpha from Newcastle? India Echo Alpha. Wayne, I'm not sure what you mean by India Echo Alpha. You might have to jog my memory there, mate. There's the DA42, 2 November Golf Uniform Sierra, just landing. And as you can hear, we've just had another metro train go past. It's still floating down the runway. Some just landed. Whereabouts are you plane spotting Newcastle, on the White Bridge near the metro, or somewhere else? Looking to go get by and plane spotting the airport when it was there. Yeah, this is just along from Carlton Parkway basically, so you can see it on Google Maps. It's just about a 5-minute walk away from Carlton Parkway. But yeah, the other best place to go, if you look on Google Maps, where the Newcastle Airport plane spotting location is, that's on Google Maps. And it is a little bit of a walk, that's the only thing though, because you have to park on the main road and then walk all the way up. But you can find it on Google Maps, there is a location pin and everything on there, so if you just browse overhead. Exactly as Chris Kennedy says. Spot on the hill of the centre line, mark the other side of the A696. Exactly as Chris says. You're on Sierra Alpha Juliet Delta, nice one, nice one. You got told by the airport to stand on the White Bridge next to the metro. It's quite funny because I used to spend lots of time around there, and I used to actually get moved on by the airport police and airport security, and then the airport was telling passengers and the members of the public, they were telling them on Twitter and Facebook and everywhere, oh, if you want to do plane spotting in Newcastle, go to the White Metro Bridge. And yet us plane spotters were actively being moved on from there, so it kind of went against what the airport was actually telling us. But yeah, that's another good place. It's another good spot as well. It says Menorca on your flight app. Okay, in that case, if it says Menorca, it's definitely Menorca. Let me just correct myself, folks. The Ryanair you see in front of you is departing to Menorca. Thank you for the correction, Diggy. It's like I say, it's not always possible to film, monitor flight radar, and do your YouTube comments and monitor them all at the same time. It's not really possible to. Yeah, you can park in Carlton Parkway, and it only costs about £1, I think it's £1.70 or something for the day. It's really cheap. What I sometimes do is I bring my bike, I park at Carlton Parkway, and then just cycle to the different spots because it's quicker to cycle than it is to walk. So that's another good, it's another good option. Right, the other Ryanair to Krakow has got all the doors closed and is ready to go. Meanwhile, here's the other Ryanair heading to Menorca. There's some of the cleaners just about to get on board the aircraft. Everything here at Newcastle is running really, you know, like I've said it twice, but it's running like clockwork today. It's really impressive to see. Really impressive to see. Oh, sorry, International European Airlines, or maybe confusing for BEA. Yeah, BEA, no, it's not of BEA from, yeah, donkey's years ago, but no, I don't remember them being here, mate. No. Before my time, I'm afraid. Way before my time. Dominic, you're flying Dalaman next week from Newcastle. Happy days, mate. I hope you have a fantastic flight, and hope it all goes well. The other Ryanair to Krakow is just pushing back now. And Archie, what's the best flight tracker online? The best flight tracker, Archie, is flightradar24.com, or if you type it in Google, fr24.com. And flight radar has been developed over years, and you get some fantastic movements on there. You can see what's coming in, when it's coming in, where its location is. If it's likes of now, you can see the Ryanair in front of us. That shows online, and you can then see you know, how far it is from pushing back and so on. So yeah, it's a really good app. It's a really good app, and I'd really recommend getting it. The C-17 is still in the holdover Leeming. The Jetstream 41 Eastern Airways from Aberdeen has just started its descent into Newcastle. It's about 10 minutes away, so that'll be landing shortly. Just seeing if there's any other aircraft coming in, any A400s, any business jets, anything out of the ordinary that we should know about. Doesn't look like there is, yeah. Like I say, there's quite a big gap in the arrivals and departures tonight. So there's oh, actually, that's one that's meant to be flying up. Golf, Delta, Foxtrot X-ray is meant to be flying up from East Midlands, but as far as I can see, yeah, I don't think. Or is it Golf Delta? Yeah, Golf Delta Foxtrot X-ray is still on the ground at East Midlands. So the replacement Jet 2 should have arrived about an hour ago, but it still hasn't. So I don't know what the situation is with that, but we will find out, no doubt. Just seeing if there's any other activity or anything we should know about. No. Zulu Papa 80, no. So yeah, the Jetstream is just a few minutes away from landing, so we'll get that very shortly. And I can see there's still over 200 of you tuned in at the moment. It's brilliant to have you all on board. Welcome on board, everyone. Pete and Shelley, hello, welcome to the live stream. Great to have you with us. And yep, the Eastern Airways is just approaching over Rannoch. It is indeed. It's not far out now. We've still got, in terms of movements to see, we've still got the KLM to depart, the Ryanair to depart, the Alba Star to depart, and the Loganair to depart. So we've still got some good movements to see. But you can tell it's just quieting down ever so slightly. Alba Star is due out at 5:55. KLM's due out at 5:40. Loganair's due out at 5:55 to Southampton. So yeah, overall it's looking quite good anyway. ADSB Exchange, that's another good one as well, Chris Kennedy. ADSB Exchange is a good one. The only thing is, I think Flight Radar 24, from a user standpoint, Flight Radar is much easier to use, in my opinion. But yeah. Right, here goes the Ryanair 738 heading to Krakow. And Lou, hello from North Shields, off to Mallorca on Saturday. Woohoo! Happy days, mate. I hope you have a lovely time. I've never been to Mallorca or Ibiza, but I'd love to go there. I've been to Palma De Mallorca quite a few times, but hopefully we'll visit either Ibiza or Mallorca in the next year. But I hope you have a wonderful holiday, mate. Phil Tovey, good afternoon from Warwickshire. Good afternoon, mate. Lovely to have you with us. I hope you're having a lovely afternoon, mate. It's bright, sunny, and just a lovely, beautiful day here in the northeast again. It's actually going to be quite fun one day, because one day when we have a storm and a really bad crosswind, we are going to do a live stream here, and I'm kind of excited but a little bit anxious at the same time about doing it, because yeah, it's going to be interesting doing it in weather conditions where the wind is strong. You're having to battle not just the wind but also the rain plus the temperatures. So yeah, it's going to be fun when we do that. FR24 is much easier. It is, yeah, it's much easier. Plane Finder, to be honest with you, I stopped using Plane Finder years ago. I think when Flight Radar really became big and started adding a lot more, you know, user-friendly options, like being able to see what aircraft's on the ground and arrivals, departures, etc. I just kind of completely switched to Flight Radar. I'll occasionally use ADSB Exchange, and I have my own setup as well where I actually feed Flight Radar. So, you know, most of the time I just use Flight Radar, to be honest with you. But yeah, it works well. It works really well. Mark Webster, good afternoon, mates. Lovely to have you on board with us. Welcome aboard. You shall arrange it for the 17th of September around 1:10. Oh man. Hurricanes and gale force winds. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? That would be really fun. Just picture me standing here at the end of the runway with the wind, the rain, the elements and everything against me. Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Well folks, I've been very good up to now. I've just had water, but once this Ryanair departs, the Eastern Airways will be landing in just a few minutes. Unfortunately, I am going to crack open a can of Pepsi because I need a little bit more energy than water. We've been live for about 2 hours now, so yeah, it's great. It's another one of the metro trains you can just hear going past there. They're, like I've said throughout the live stream, they're regular as anything, going back and forward between the airport and Newcastle City, so it's good to see. The Eastern Airways, I think I can just see the Eastern Airways just coming out of the cloud over there, so that's not too far away. And once the Eastern Airways departs, that's probably going to be the last movement that we film today. So we've got the Alba Star to depart, the Loganair, KLM, and after the Eastern Airways, that'll probably be it for today. The wind has definitely died down in the last hour as well. You can see the hedges are still blowing, but it's just not as strong as it was an hour ago. So I can see the Eastern Airways is established on the approach, and yep, it looks like the Ryanair is going to go for it. Ryanair will get out, which is good. That's them lining up on runway 25. Now this one is heading to Poland. At least I got this one right anyway. There we go, that's them lined up. So I've got this and the Eastern Airways to land. Looks like the Alba Star is almost ready to begin boarding. Robert Hadfield, Bob, good afternoon, mate. Great to have you with us. How are you doing? We're just into the last hour or so of our live stream now, Robert. So it's great to have you on board, mate. Very nice. And you'll be able to hear there's another metro just gone past there. Right, next we've got the Eastern Airways Jetstream 41. which as you can see is just on final there in the distance. It's going to be time for a drink after that. Interestingly, there is quite a lot of activity around the there's a Jet2 737-800 parked at the far end of the airport on the north apron. There's quite a lot of activity happening around that at the moment. There are stairs connected, so I'm wondering if they've managed to fix the aeroplane and they don't need that plane from East Midlands now, because if that's the case then that's great, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I say, there seems to be a lot of activity happening around it at the moment, but we shall see, because if so we might get an extra departure, who knows. You'll be on the city hopper. That'll be good, mate. That'll be really good. Archie, flight radar's doing good so far. Excellent, mate. Excellent. Yeah, it's like I say, it's a cracking app, and it just means you can monitor the movements and see what's going on and what's coming in, what's nearby, what looks like it might come in, and so on. Right, here's the Eastern Airways just landing. This was one of the flights which I looked at flying on last week when I ended up having my flight to Aberdeen cancelled. So I looked at flying on this one, but unfortunately the times just didn't work out, so I would have landed at Aberdeen, but this plane would have already have departed and been in Newcastle, so I wouldn't have made it. There we go, that's them on the ground anyway. Speaking of the Metro, have they rolled out? No, they haven't rolled out the new ones yet, not that I'm aware of. I know that they're in production, but as far as I'm aware they haven't been, the new Metros anyway. The new Metros haven't been released, so yeah. Claire Martin, hello from Benidorm. Welcome aboard, Claire. Great to have you with us. I hope you're having a lovely time. Yeah, jealous. Don't blame you, mate. I think any of us who can get away would be. Archie, can you hear the ATC? No, I can't hear the ATC, mate. So basically, flight radar is just for monitoring the aircraft movements and just seeing which aircraft is landing, where it is, and so on. But the ATC, it's actually we have conversations about this each and every time, but technically it is illegal to live stream ATC in the UK. You can do it in Ireland, you can do it in various other countries across Europe. In the UK though, I think it's the 1974 Radio Telephony Act prohibits the basically the distribution or sharing of communications such as ATC. The daft thing is though that everyone in the UK, I know lots of plane spotters, myself included, with tens of thousands of views and subscribers, lots and lots still do it anyway. Not live stream it. They don't live stream it, they include recordings of it, such as landing clearances, takeoff clearances and so on. But it's one of those things where it's almost impossible to police, and the original act that it's based on was to do with piracy and so on. But of course it's completely different today. So yeah. And Chris Kennedy, actually you're wrong there. Illegal to listen or to rebroadcast radio not meant for public consumption. You will find it online, that's incorrect. You'll find it in lots of my videos, you'll find it in lots of plane spotters videos. If you look at Mr. Aviation guy on YouTube, if you look at Charlest, if you look at lots and lots of different big YouTubers on across the UK, you will find ATC recordings in the videos. So, but it's the actual broadcasting of it live. That's where things are a little different. So if you are to broadcast it live, again, you shouldn't be. but hey. You'll be flying out from Newcastle to Rios in just over 3 weeks. Fantastic. Excellent stuff. You've got the men's and women's cycle race on Sunday all day from 3 till 7 in Warwick. That'll be good, mate. That's a long old day, that as well. 16 hours of cycling. That's going to be fun, that. It's going to be fun. Jason Brown used to live in Dinnington, right next to the airport, and did a lot of your flight training from the old Aero Club. Loving the stream. Thanks very much, Jason. It's great to have you on board, mate. It's great to have you on board. It's honestly, today has been brilliant. There's been so much traffic. There's been so much activity. It's been brilliant. But yeah, not find it legally online. They can. Well, this is the thing. You see, Chris. Technically they can, but actually they can't because it's a recording. So as the recorded side goes, it doesn't. I've had this debate with many people over many years, and yeah. Like I say, the technicalities of it are that it's ultimately never been done in this country, and yeah, I've yet to see an example of where it has been. So, so yeah, that's the technical side of it. But like I say, the law that it's based on is 50 years old, and it's outdated for the UK, and it isn't enforced. So yeah, and I also like to use as an example, ATC is often played at air shows. So air shows across the UK from time to time include ATC. Again, you're broadcasting that to the public. Technically shouldn't be happening. So I always like to use that as an example. Wireless and Telegraphy Act 1974, that's the one, Dickie. That's the one indeed, mate. Anyway, on to another subject, folks. Jody902, still miss the old viewing areas at the airport. Used to live in Hazelrig, would cycle up to the airport during the summer to watch the planes in the 90s. Nice one, mate. We were just talking about that the other day. You remember the time at the airport when you could go up to the viewing terrace, get yourself a drink from the cafe, and just sit there and just, you know, watch the planes. It was fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I remember before it was closed, my dad taking us up there, and it was brilliant. But you know, now unfortunately, you know, there's just nowhere where you can, apart from the Dinnington end, where you can just go park and watch the planes next to the airport with great ease. It's so difficult. And yet if you go anywhere in Europe, virtually everywhere in Europe, it's so easy. They have custom built mounds where you can stand and do photography from. And it's just such a shame in this country that, you know, things like that, such as viewing areas and publicly accessible ones, were available, that's all changed. But yeah, it's a shame. Right, folks, I'm going to have a quick sip of my Pepsi Max because I feel I could just do with a little bit of a sugar boost. Remember, kids, don't drink it, it's bad for you, it rots your teeth and causes a lot of other problems. But I will say it is very nice. Right, let's have a look on flight radar. Yeah, exactly as Bob says, it's a bit of a grey area. Exactly. And like I say, if you want to go on to a legal standpoint, it hasn't been enforced on the ATC side, and I include not just civil air traffic control with that, but also with military air traffic control communications. So anyway, on to a different subject, folks. Also, just to give you an example, I've had it countless times over the years where I've not had a scanner running next to me because I've been recording, but someone else who's listening to air traffic control communications has been stood next to me. You know, does that then affect my ability to share and, you know, distribute my content? Nope, it doesn't. So so that's that. But anyway, on to another matter. We have, what have we got inbound? Looks like, oh no, that RAFC 17 keeps playing with me. I keep thinking that the RFC 17 is going to come here, but it's not. So if somebody knows any of the crew and would like to message them and ask them to come up to Newcastle to do a quick touch and go, that would be brilliant. Shame, because it would add to the stream. It would add to the stream, mate, you're absolutely right, but you know, we like to try and keep things right, and yep. There is, yes, there is, Christina, there is, won't name any names, but there's actually not just more than one, there's actually a few. Great fish and chip shop in Hazelrig, there is. There's one, I'm sure it's the same one in Hazelrig, they do cheesy chips, and it's, oh, absolutely delicious. Cheesy chips, can it be it? Well, it's all gone a little bit quiet now, folks. It's 5:28, and we're just waiting. We've got this Alba Star, which will be departing soon. The Eastern Airways in the background. We've then got the KLM, the tail of which you can just see just there. The KLM will be departing shortly as well. And we've also got the Loganair there to depart. So we've got those few, and then once they've departed, that'll be the end of the live stream, because unfortunately there's going to be about a 2 to 3 hour gap between movements tonight, so it's going to be quite quiet. But yeah, it's a beautiful looking livery, that, the Alba Star one. It's really nice, much better than the old livery they used to have. Used to go for Sunday lunch in the Northumberland suite during the summer. Me and a mate would sit all day. 50 pence for a bowl of chips and gravy. Can you imagine that? 50 pence for a bowl of chips and gravy. It's crazy, that. It's absolutely crazy. It's like years ago in where I was born in Alnwick. There used to be a chip shop at the very top of, I mean, it's still there to this day. There's a chip shop in Alnwick where at the very top of the town, it's in what everyone classes as the rough area, but it's not at all. Not when you compare it to some places down in Newcastle. But yeah, you used to be able to get fish on a Thursday night. You could get fish and chips for £1, right? Literally a small square. It was probably about maybe a third of the piece of a fish. So basically one fish slice cut into 3 bits, and one of those bits would be your portion. You'd get that and a small portion of chips, all for £1. And honestly, on a Thursday night, I used to absolutely love it. Finish doing what you're doing, head back home, grab yourself some fish and chips for £1, and you know, it wasn't a full fish, so you weren't kind of thinking, oh, it's a lot to eat. It was just the right portion size. And yet now the same thing's like £2, £2.90, £2 whatever. But I always remember at the time it was like, you know, it was only a quid. It was great fun. It was great fun. Aunt Lee, can anyone go to the spot where you are? Yes, yes they can. Like I say, the best place to park is along at Carlton Parkway, and then from Carlton Parkway to here, it's only about a 5-minute walk, but it's a great location, and you can find it on Google Maps. No planes due to land for a while, Rob's Aviation. Yep, that's right. Unfortunately, it's just gone a little bit quiet now. But once all these aircraft have departed, then that'll be it for today. It would be really nice if that RFC 17 just came a little bit further north, did a low approach and go around, and then we went back to Bryce Norton. That would be really good. John Nicholson messaged Newcastle Airport a few weeks ago. It'll be 2035 when the observation deck will be opening again, due to a development plan. Interestingly though, John, they had announced plans back in 2016 for the development of the old tower as an observation deck, and again that's kind of fallen by the wayside and nothing's happened. But yeah, it's bit of a shame because it has a lot of potential, but no one wants to do anything about it, you know, for security reasons and this, that and the other. But it's daft. It's daft. Jay, good afternoon, Mr. W. How's tricks? Yeah, doing very well, thanks, mate. Doing very well. Just enjoying a nice warm evening here at Newcastle Airport. It's great. It's really, really nice. And actually, I've got to say, earlier on, the movements we had literally one Jet2 after another Jet2 landing, departing, and then TUI Airways 737s and all sorts. It's been really good. How long from Newcastle Airport in the city centre on the metro, Mark? Mark, it probably takes, yeah, like Chris Kennedy says, it takes about 20 or 25 minutes. I did it last week. I got off at Newcastle station, then got the metro, and it took me, yeah, pretty much 20 minutes, about 20-22 minutes. It's a pretty straightforward route, to be honest. Doesn't take very long, so yeah, it's good. John Driscoll, good afternoon. Am I on till sunset? Not today, John, nope. Basically, we're going to be live until the aeroplanes you can see in front of you have departed. So once the Eastern Airways has departed, the Alba Star has departed, and all the others have departed, then we'll be going offline. So probably in the next hour or so. So yeah. And whoop, we'll quickly get rid of that. There we go. Chris Kennedy, Mahu. Yeah, that'll be good. We're off on a Caribbean cruise in a few weeks, now going to the beach at St. Martin. That'll be so cool, Rachel. That'll be so cool. It's one of those places that as a plane spotter you dream of going to. Honestly, it's just such an amazing place. Honestly is. Right, all passengers are getting on board the Alba Star 738. This is the point everyone starts to panic and, oh, where's my face mask? I can't even remember which countries these days still need them, because everywhere I fly, you don't. Archie, you went for fish and chips and amble, and it was 11 quid. Flipping heck, 11 quid. That's crazy, mate. Absolutely crazy. It's mental, that. Yeah, the weird thing is with some Spanish flights, I don't know if it's Spain as a whole, but I think it's one of the last countries where you still need to wear a face mask on the plane. It's a bit weird. Which was the other one I flew on? Oh yeah, that was it. When I flew, Germany was supposed to have a mandate for masks, and yeah, I flew to Germany and literally nobody bothered. So it was like, what's the point? Fish and chips for 11 quid though, that's crazy, that. Absolutely crazy. Dickie, gotta go, catch you next time. Take care of yourself, mate. Lovely to have you on board. Take care. Jay, you're off to Kos next Sunday, departing with TUI. Good weather forecast. To be honest with you, I'm not sure when I'll next be live streaming. I'll have to see. Obviously it depends, each week's different depending on my work rota, so yeah, I'll have to see. But yeah, do I need a moderator? No, I should be good, thanks mate, should be good. To be honest, when it gets busy, to like about the other week, we had like 500 to 800 viewers at a time, and you just have so many comments. Yeah, times like then I do need a moderator, but like I said, today when it's quiet, especially now, it's okay. But thank you very much, mate, and if push comes to shove, you might be getting that little assignment to you. Please, Archie, would you mind moderating the chat? But at the moment we should be good, mate, but thank you very much. It's Spain, technically, France, Germany, 8 or 9 others. Right. Do you have to wear masks in Italy? Nope. No, I didn't have to in Italy. I've flown in and out of Italy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this year. At the start of the year you did, and then later on when I flew you didn't. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. When I flew back, oh, this was so funny. This was so funny. So, when I flew back from Milan the other month, everyone in the terminal, and I mean literally everyone, wasn't wearing a face mask, okay? I mean literally everyone. I got to the gate, okay, and bearing in mind we're flying from a country that supposedly has a mask requirement, even though no one, including staff, was wearing one. The woman, the Ryanair lady who was scanning everyone's boarding pass, says to me, "Do you have a face mask, sir?" Right? As I'm about to board my flight. I looked at her in complete disbelief and said, no. I says, do you know where this flight is to? She said, yes, to Newcastle. That is not the point. I said, it is the point. I says, the UK does not have a mask mandate. We're flying on a flight from the UK. Da 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 da. She didn't say anything, scanned my boarding pass, gave me my passport, and off I went. And I was like, why did she just mention that to me? I really didn't get it. And it was like, she told about 2 other people in front of me to do the same. They both put their masks on. We got on the plane. None of the cabin crew had theirs on, because obviously we're flying to the UK, it's not a mandate. No one in the terminal at all was doing it, and it's like, why would you enforce it at the gate when in the terminal it's not, and the police aren't? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. But anyway, that's my basically my instructions for mask wearing in Italy on my upcoming trip. To be honest with you, mate, sorry, there's another metro train just going past there. So basically my advice is always make sure you've got one. I always do when I'm travelling anyway, but my advice is just be aware and just go with the flow. That's what I tend to do. But it just makes me laugh because like I say, in Germany it was supposedly a requirement, and yet despite it being a requirement, not a single person wore one. I mean, not a single person. But everywhere's funny. It's always funny. And Mark Popple flew from Birmingham to Murcia 3 weeks ago and returned to Stansted with Ryanair. No mask worn still. No, they're not enforcing it, but the thing was, this is what I don't get, is that under EASA rules, European Aviation Safety Authority, under EASA rules, they can't enforce it. Even if your said country has the mandate, the airlines technically shouldn't be enforcing it. Ryanair announced they wouldn't be enforcing it. And then I had a crew when I flew from Stansted to Hahn who tried to enforce it but didn't succeed. And funny enough, the crew were Dutch, and the Dutch have been some of the last ones, or the last country anyway, to relax any sort of restrictions compared to any other European country. But I just thought it was kind of funny that a lot of them are going against their own European advice, which kind of struck me as a little bit funny. But yeah, anyway. Give you a shout anytime. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Rod Wilkinson, hello, good to see us back. Thank you very much, mate. It's great to have you with us, mate. Thank you for popping on. Josh Temple Cox, yes, it is an old charter one, mate. I was just mentioning to some of the viewers before, I actually have videos of the old Alba Star landing here at Newcastle. If you go onto YouTube, if you type in YouTube Alba Star Newcastle International Airport, my video of the old 737-400 should come up there. So yeah, that used to be a great one to see. It used to be a really good one. Stuart Walker, he passed through Newcastle last week, returned from the Cayman Islands. Oh, nice one, mate. I've got some friends over who are in the Cayman Islands visiting family there at the moment, but it's lovely, lovely you're over there. Hope you had a great time as well, mate. Good to know you occasionally get those people, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Chris. That's what I don't get. Making you wear them on the flight and yet not in the terminal, and yet it's just it's bizarre. I've flown so much this last year. It's a bit weird for me now because, you know, I flew to Norway last week. Everything is normal. You fly to the Baltics. Everything is normal. You fly to Poland. Normal. Denmark. Normal. Virtually every other European country is back to normal again. There's just the odd ones which are still hanging on with every little fingertip onto everything from the last 2 years, but anyway, that's another thing altogether. Andrew Flyer, Airbus A400 just flew over your house in Inverness at 1,500 feet. Nice one, mate, nice one. I've seen, I saw one earlier on, I think it was Zulu Mike 404 just before I left to come here, and that flew right over my house, which was cool before. Funny you say that, Chris, about her being confused about the rules and that. Someone actually said that on Twitter, that despite the EASA rules, a lot of staff weren't properly informed about them, which I agree with and think is true, because it's just too coincidental that you've got these rules, the rules are there for a reason, you don't want to enforce them because you know you've done it for this flight. Just seemed a little bit odd, but yeah. When we flew last Saturday, it didn't require masks in the terminal on the plane or on arrival in Alicante. The only place enforcing it is pharmacies, yeah. It's good though, that's good. Nice return to normality. You're exactly on 14.6 subs. Thanks, mate, yeah, it's it's crazy. It's absolutely cool. I was just saying to every single one of our viewers when we started the live stream, at the beginning of last month, we were on 13,500 subscribers, and now a month later we're at 14,600. It's absolutely crazy. It's really, really crazy how many people have subscribed to the channel. It's amazing. So, and if you're one of them sat there now, thank you again so much. It really means the world to me, and even to have your support now, to have you chatting in the live stream, asking questions, making comments and all sorts, really means the world. So thank you again. I'm just going to have a quick look on flight radar, just to see if anything's due in. Still nothing. That C-17's been up for the last 4 hours now. It's been there quite a while. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting happening. So the Loganair Embraer to Southampton, they've got the APU started up, and they are, it looks like they're just about ready to go by the looks of it. And the Alba Star there, as you can see, boarding's nearly complete. The last few passengers are just getting on board now, and soon they'll be jetting off to somewhere nice and sunny. And the KLM looks like it's just about ready to push back, so that'll be going in a minute. There's some lovely, lovely sunlight just there on that Alba Star. It's really nice. Oh yeah, I see that A400 Zulu Mike 413. It's just come in and done a quick low approach and go around. That's a cool one to see. Well, that's my drink finished anyway. It's amazing how much better you feel after you've had a good drink. Sometimes you do get some heavies flying overhead, but it doesn't look like we've got any today. We do have, funny enough, the very flight which I was on last week, the Teesside to Aberdeen flight, that'll be going over shortly. And just looking at any others that might be flying over, but it doesn't look like we've got a lot due overhead. But yeah, we'll just wait patiently for these last few departures, and that should do for today. How does it go, Chris? Smash the like button, hit subscribe and bash that bell. Oh, I'm all for that, mate, but the thing I don't like to do is I never like to shove it down people's throats. I think the one thing I find a little bit sad even with videos nowadays is you can barely, even on YouTube, it's the one thing I find a little bit sad is there's barely a video you watch where the introduction to that video is, "Hi, thanks for tuning in," or "Thanks for watching. This video is sponsored by da 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 da, and we can protect you and da 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 da." Or "This video is sponsored by da, and they produce the best whatever," you know, and or "Thanks very much for watching." Then every second or third sentence is don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe," and it's like yeah, it just becomes a little bit repetitive and a little bit of the same. I don't know about anyone else, but if I'm watching a video or a live stream, it's just nice to, well, particularly a live stream, I think anyway, it's just nice to be able to sit there, enjoy it, without always having the person go on about why you should be subscribing to their channel, why you should be doing this and why you should be doing that. And I just think at the end of the day, if you're going to subscribe to someone's channel, this is my philosophy of it anyway, is that, you know, if I subscribe to a channel, I do it because I like the content that person produces, or I like where they're filming it from. You know, I've got subscriptions to fellow plane spotters and friends and family even, from right across the world, and you know, not every single one I'm subscribed to is subscribed to me, but I subscribe to people while I look at their content and think, oh, that's really good content, and you know, stuff that I like to watch. But yeah, not to worry. On that bombshell, the KLM is pushing back. Oh, where's it gone? There it is. KLM 737-800 is just pushing back there now, and it sounds like the oh, actually the Eastern Airways is already starting its engines. The Eastern Airways is getting ready to go as well. So the last lot of departures is upon us, folks. This is it's the final countdown, and the last few movements, and that'll be us for today. And Brian Little, thank you so much, mate. That's really kind of you, Brian. Thank you so much, mate. That really means a lot. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Chris. It's like I could show all of you emails from different websites. Some of them are aircraft model websites, some are comparison websites. I've also, who else asked to sponsor my videos? I had a sponsorship offer from not AirTag. It's that one where you put in your bag and it goes in your bags, the sort of thing Noel Phillips uses. Had one from Air Models and a few other different ones. And I'm just not interested in it. You know, at the end of the day, I come to the airport, I go plane spotting, like last week in Norway or today at Newcastle, I do that because that's what I enjoy doing. And the fact, even like so with the live streams now, the fact I get to share it all live with yous now for a longer duration of time than we used to be able to do it, for me is just an added bonus. And to have so many of you tuned in and watching and supporting the channel as you're doing is phenomenal to me, so I can't thank you all enough. It really humbles me every time. And yeah, that's the way it's going to stay. There's no kind of there's no great plan to get the channel up to however many hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. That's not what I do it for. I just do it because, you know, I enjoy filming, I enjoy doing a bit of plane spotting like this, and that's the way I've always been, probably always will be, sadly. Right, that's the KLM taxiing, and the Eastern Airways has just started its engines as well, so we've got 2 movements. But Brian, again, a big thank you so much for that that very kind support, mate. It really, really means a lot, so thank you so much, mate. So here comes the KLM. Where's the KLM going? It would appear the KLM wants a runway 07 departure. Oh, this is cool. He's going to be taken off with a little bit of a tailwind. That's cool. That is cool. And that, folks, is how you take off with with a tailwind. That was cool. That was really cool. Didn't expect to see a 07 departure today, I've got to say. Go KLM. Woo! That was epic. Now I've got the Jetstream just tootling along to got the Jetstream that's just tootling along now. That was so cool. And Geordie 90210, thank you so much, mate. That is really, really kind of you. Great streaming content. Thanks for your time and effort. Brilliant as always. That is really kind of you, mate. Thank you so much. Can't thank you enough for that. Like I say, I try and keep the live streams going as regular as possible, and each and every one of you supporting the channel are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. It's true. No, Robert Hadfield, thanks mate, love you too. No one subscribes to your channel for the singing. To be honest, it's probably just as well, because I think I'd probably get reported on YouTube for like copyright infringement or something like that. But no, again, Brian and Geordie 90210, thank you both so much for your support and your very kind donation. Really means a lot. Thank you again. And KSTNY, hello from Hollywood, California. You've been watching while you do your morning treadmill. Nice one. Well, greetings from the northeast of the UK. It's lovely to have you joining us, and we're just reaching the final few movements now. So we've just got a couple more departures, and then that's going to be it for today. Got Loganair's Embraer 145, Sierra Alpha Julia Echo just taxiing there. And the Alba Star has just one pair of steps left to go, and then it'll be departing very shortly as well. Planeverse, hello, welcome to the live stream. Great to have you with us. Up the mags. It's funny, I was just having a chat with one of my cousins this morning about Newcastle. It's quite funny. 07 departure, I know. I didn't quite expect to see that today, I've got to say. Right, here goes the Jetstream 41, heading up to good old Aberdeen. Beautiful sunlight tonight as well. The evening light's just beautiful. It's a shame there's not more movements, because it's quiet from now till later on. It's the Jetstream away, Eastern Airways, and now I've got the Loganair. I flew on the Embraer 145, not this one in particular, but I did fly on two of them last week, and I've got honestly, I think the best flight I had was Aberdeen to Teesside. That was just amazing, and the crew are always fantastic. It was one of the flight attendants, I know it was one of her last flights into Teesside as well, so it was it's just such a lovely opportunity just to be on that flight as well. But if any of you haven't flown with Loganair before, I would definitely recommend it. They're a great, hospitable airline. Still offer you a complimentary drink and a complimentary snack if you're flying with them, so definitely try and get on board. The likes of British Airways used to do complimentary stuff, but they've not for quite a few years now, so yeah, I definitely recommend flying with Loganair. They're a great airline. Yeah, exactly as Chris Kennedy says, Planeverse, yep. What's he standing on to get that view? I'm standing on solid ground, as the old song goes. The ground, he's in the back of a sloped field, yeah. Guess the horse isn't home today. No, the horse isn't. The horse hasn't been here for a couple of years now, actually. But yeah. Probably Alistair Adam, probably best for Flight Amsterdam. Yeah, it is. It's a straight out departure, right hand turn, and straight to Amsterdam for them. So pretty easy, really. But I didn't expect them to actually use runway 07, because the wind was, let's have a look, 300 degrees at 12 knots, so yeah, nearly a 12, not quite 12 knot, but about 9 to 10 knots of tailwind there, so not insignificant either, but pretty cool all the same. Those cloghoppers do like to do things different. They do. KLM is brilliant, honestly. The KLM Embraer pilots I've seen take off from the intersection departures as well, and it's like, yes sir, we can accept holding point Bravo for departure, we can accept Charlie West, and they're so cool and laid back. They really are. I love watching them try to land during the storms as well, because the KLM pilots, I said this in a live stream not long ago, of all the planes I filmed during various storms, the KLM pilots have the least amount of go-arounds and the least amount of diversions, and that's probably for a reason. But they're, but yeah, it's they're good pilots for a reason. Right, here comes the Ryanair. Well, as you can see, the Alba Star is nearly ready to go. Just one set of steps to go and then they'll be off. I don't know what the status of this Jet2 is, because they were going to fly a Jet2 up from East Midlands, but I haven't seen that yet. Copyright infringement, crimes against humanity. Jeez, thanks. Oh, Robert Hadfield, trust you to have my back, Bob. I wouldn't like to say, but social services are getting involved. Honestly, mate. The love coming out of yous tonight is just incredible. Hey dear. Oh, Brian, thank you very much, mate. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. You donate because your voice is nice and clear and you're quite deaf. That's very kind of you, mate. Thank you. I like to try and keep it consistent if I can. The one thing I did learn a few years ago is just using the microphone properly. So even just my voice where it is now in proximity to the microphone and how you project it, you know, can often be quite important just for the person listening as well. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Just had it go over yours as well. Nice one. Andrew Flyer, great to have you with us, mate. Welcome on board. And Nicholas, I've just seen you've got in from work. Welcome aboard, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Oh, that's them just closed. They've just closed the they had just closed the door on the front of the 738 and there we go. Yep. Oh, is it? Watch your fingers, love. Watch your fingers. Don't get your fingers stuck. Dear me. Sheesh. Well, that's the door locked on the front of the Alba Star. Sorry, I just noticed them trying to lock the front door there. I was getting a bit worried. And, wow, how quick is that? They haven't even taken the stairs off. And they've already put the beacon light on. That is crazy quick. They've literally just closed the door on the crew already. But Nicholas, great to have you on board. I hope you and Liz are doing well, mate. Lovely to have you with us. We've only got, I think... Oh, the Jet2's pushing. Jet2's pushing. Woohoo! They must have fixed it. Golf Delta Romeo Tango Lima. Because that went tech before, or it had a technical issue, so they were going to fly in another plane, but they must have sorted it. Happy days. So we've got the Jet2 and the Alba Star to go, and then that's going to be it for today, folks. There'll be no more movements. It literally will be dead and quiet, so great. Oh, happy days. Flown Loganair a few times, Andrew Flyer. Tartan uniforms, tea and a Tunnocks tea cake included in the price. Honestly, mate, you can't beat it. And even when you get the chocolate caramel wafer as well, or the Walker's shortbread, it's just, oh, it's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, it looks like they're ready for pushback. Looks like they're ready to rock and roll. Now, if the Alba Star could take a 07 departure, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. It's not going to happen, but you know what I mean. And Wayne, I'm only here just for these 2 next departures, so once these 2 planes have departed, unless there's anything else immediately coming in, that'll be it for today, because if you look on flight radar, we've got about a 2 to 3 hour gap until the next arrival, so it's pointless pointless live streaming when we've got no movements to see. All jokes. Thanks, Archie. Well, you know, you've got to keep it humorous. Got to keep it humorous, man. Bob, you've had an interesting day at work. You can get your own back Saturday evening. Oh, thanks for it. Thank you. Although I think I'm working. Guess what? I'm working Saturday evening, 5 till 10 on Saturday, so I won't be able to, unfortunately. Sorry, mate. The automatic closed captioning understands you reasonably well too on the live stream. I hadn't thought of that, actually. Aye. Yeah, well. As long as it's not asking you to translate it from Welsh, then I think that's pretty good. Right, here goes the Alba Star. Another train just gone past. And Dylan McTurk, great to have you on the live stream, mate, and congratulations on that. Really, really big congrats, mate. Lovely to have you joining us, and all the best to both of yous, and I hope both are keeping all right. And yeah, now the fun begins, mate. It's all hard work from here on out. But well done, congratulations again, mate. ASL going out to Edinburgh at about 8, yeah, again still not for another 2 hours, so yeah, massive congrats. Alba Jet2's going to Palma as well, oh sorry, to Alicante, and that's going to Palma. Got you, mate, got you. Jet2's just taxiing in the background. Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be runway 25 for departure, as expected. Her middle name better be Winglet. Oh dear. Now, again, mate, big, massive congratulations to you both. Heard Logan Air going all ATR fleet this year. No, they're not meant to be going all ATR this year, no. The ATRs will be 42-600s, 72-600s, and that'll replace the Saab 340s and Embraer 135s. So essentially it'll just be Embraer 145s and ATRs, and that'll be it. So technically almost all ATR fleet, but the 145s probably won't be going till at least the end of next year with the way things are going. So because at the moment there is a massive aircraft shortage, and even the likes of the Logan Air Embraer 135, the 135 was meant to be retired last weekend. Logan Air have now postponed that and are keeping it flying for another few weeks. So there is ample opportunity to get on board one. It's one of the last Embraer 135s still flying in Europe, I believe, so yeah. Alba Star translated to English from Spanish is Dawn Star. Interesting. Very interesting. Learn something new every day, I never knew that. Well folks, we're on to the last two movements. It's been a great live stream today. It's been lovely to have everyone on board. 2 movements to go and then that'll be us. Like I say, it's just a shame there wasn't more traffic. Such a nice simple livery, it's really nice. Getting a couple of camcorder stills on the 4K camcorder, folks, just for a video. So if you hear me being quiet, that's the reason why. Right, so whilst the Alba Star is there taxiing, we'll pan back to the far end of the runway and we have the Jet2 to Alicante just lining up for departure. And these are going to be the last 2 movements that we're filming for this evening. I keep looking on Flight Radar just hoping, you know, something might pop up, you know, just an A400 doing a training flight or something somewhere. But sadly it doesn't look like there's anything. Right, here comes the Jet2. I don't know why, but my camcorders keeps flashing. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not, but it's don't know why it came up with that. It's come up with a funny message. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Very weird. Oh well, learn something new every day. Yeah, Bob, got to sort out dinner. Thanks for streaming. No worries at all, mate. No worries. Great to have you on board and enjoy your dinner, mate. Hope you have a nice one. Take care of yourself, mate, and we'll see you in a bit. Thank you for the live stream, Phil. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. It's been lovely to have you and everyone else on board, mate. Thank you all so much for joining. Right, here comes our last movement of the day. I always say leave the best till last. Well, here it is. It's quite funny how it's all timed out. Oh, I don't believe it. The camcorder battery just died. Oh dear. Sorry, folks. Right, we should be back online now. Sorry. Well, you couldn't have made that up. Oh dear. The plane just lined up on the runway and I went to go and press record on my 4K camcorder, and as soon as I pressed record on my 4K camcorder, it just came up randomly. I think it's an error with the battery. It came up, low battery, please change, and the screen just went black. And it still had 25 minutes of battery life remaining, which is why I wasn't worried about it. Thankfully though, I just quickly clicked the one out of my 4K camcorder and just quickly swapped it over. So yeah, sorry you missed about a couple of seconds there, folks, but oh dear me, my heart was in my mouth there. Anyway, folks, that is well, that is going to be the end of the live stream. No, classic. Yeah, no, couldn't make that up, honestly. Honestly, that wasn't even scripted. That was so funny. So funny. Won't be back till early AM. Yeah, no worries. Dominic, great show today. Thanks for it. Look forward to the next one. James as well, thank you again. And yeah, every single one of you, thank you all so much for tuning in. As you can see, we don't have a single aeroplane on the ground now. We've gone from having a fully packed terminal and pier, and now it's completely empty. So yeah, again, a big massive thanks to each and every one of you who's joined today. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. Chris Kennedy, thank you so much for tuning in. Archie as well. Barry, Wayne, John Nicholson, Rob, Andrew Flyer, thank you all so much for tuning in, and really hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll try and do another one in the next week. And again, folks, I'm not going to bang on about it, but you know, if you do like it, if you'd like to know when our next live stream is going to be, then if you subscribe and hit the notifications bell, then that'll should in theory tell you when I do schedule the next one. Sometimes I can only schedule them a few hours in advance, but you'll get notified that way though. Thank you all so much for watching, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, whatever you get up to. And from the northeast of the UK, from Newcastle International Airport, on Thursday, the 4th of August, 2022. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Take care.